Now what we're going to do is we're going to clean the rest of this bank off. I'm going to have to get off down the bottom and try to get the rest of the brush taken out. We're going to get it, put it back over here on the pile, and get this place looking sharp. But let's check out what we got to do. So we're going to come in here at this oak tree. We're going to go, of course, we're going to go right down to the fence line. We're going to take all this out. We're going to walk off down in the bottom, and we're going to just start laying everything in behind me, and I'll bring it out in piles as I come out. I should be able to get the most of it in one, maybe two piles. And then not really have a whole lot. This one little tree right there, which I think is maybe like a little water oak. I'm not sure, but anyhow, that could have a decent little root system on there maybe. We'll see how that goes. It shouldn't be too bad. But anyway, we're going to get that off, try to reach what we can from over here so we don't have to walk off this slope. I think we can get it. I think we can get most of it all. Might not be able to get that one poplar. May have to come and get it from the top here, reach down and get it, but shouldn't be no big deal. Then we're going to clean the rest of that out and go ahead and get all this in here prepped. We're going to get it prepped for to fill. We're going to fill that right around there. The toe slope should come right around this area. We're going to fill it back up with a 2-to-1, pretty close to a 2-to-1. And then we're going to level all this out and have a good little gradual curve around there. Should look good. And I'm not sure yet. We'll see how things go today. If we got time, we might even knock our path through there where our road's going to go and clean that up. But we'll see how it goes. But let's get to work. Well, that's it for the bank. We got it knocked out. We got it cleaned up, and I tell you what, it sure looks a sight better. Let's take a look. Here's what we got now. She's looking good. We left that poplar stump in there. I think I might have said that before. Just didn't want to take out a big chunk there in the dam, so we're gonna saw that off a little closer to the ground, and once we get that sawed off, we'll feather all that in. You won't even know it's there. But we's going to leave or try to take that poplar stump that is right in there out, but that taproot was in there pretty good, and it's so steep we decided to cut it and call it a day. But it sure looks a whole lot better than what it did before. And we was going to try to get this ready for dirt, but instead we went up on top there. The farmer's leasing this here, and he needed some stumps taken out, so we went ahead and done that and got his piles that he had, some old fence row, and got them up and put them over here on the pile. So it's coming together. We're gonna call it a day for today, but we'll come back, and probably next thing I'm going to do, I might start taking that out right there for the driveway where it's going to go through. There ain't much more brush left on this job. That's about it. But yeah, it's coming along good, and I tell you what, we get that knocked out and get that brush in and set over here on the pile, and that's going to be everything for the brush, for the most part anyway. So we'll be ready to put some dirt in here and start doing some grading, but catch you next time. Hey guys, thank you for sticking around for the message. It's just going to be short and sweet today. We've got some good stuff getting ready to come up here on our next episode. It's got a pretty big change here. Got some new equipment to me, and we're finally going to start getting into the grading aspect of things. Actually start pushing some dirt around, doing some fills, putting in some riprap, all that good stuff. So hopefully got some good content coming up here shortly. But I'm thinking about just something just as simple as cleaning up our lifestyle a little bit. What are we doing to help to cleanse our spirit, our heart? Are we still going out there, even as Christians, going out there and doing things that we know that we shouldn't do? I know that I'm guilty of it myself. I mean, I'm not perfect, don't claim to be, and will never be. The Bible says that nobody's perfect, everybody's going to fall short. Are we repetitively doing things that we know that we shouldn't be doing? Something to think about, something I even need to think about myself. I know that there's room there for me to help clean my life up some. Just a little food for thought. What are you doing to help cleanse your life? But something to think about. Thank you for sticking around here for the message. I hope that these messages are finding you and maybe helping you a little bit. That's the intent anyway. But I hope that you're getting something from it. But anyhow, just give us a big old thumbs up if you like what's going on. Hey, if you'd like to see something different, put a comment down. I mean, we'll see what we can do to try to make it happen. But anyway, make church a part of your week. You'll be glad that you did. Thank you for watching.